That's some good ass tea. Oh, hi everybody. I'm back with another one. It's been a hot minute. I meant to do this more often, but things have changed. Everything's a mess. But I finished that commission, and I'm super proud of how this one turned out. It was definitely like a 3 month process, give or take, 3 or 4 months. And super huge shout out to Lennox, who actually commissioned me. She's another recurring client of mine, and she's super cool. And I'm had a lot of fun doing this commission for you, actually. So I do hope that you enjoy seeing the process of how everything came together. I know you were in the dark for a hot minute, and I did send you as much updates as I could. But I really do like the way that it all turned out, and I'm definitely looking forward for the next commission request that you have, because I know you're working on that. But to the rest of my audience, hi, I'm Diana. Welcome back to my channel. So hi, I'm an artist. I also work full time in a library now. And I wanted to show you guys what the commission process looks like. Just so, one, if you are interested in commissioning me because you like how everything looks, by all means, let me know. Leave me a comment. I'll reach out to you. Otherwise, if you're just here to just see some cool art and hear me ramble about stuff, you're more than welcome to put me on the background while you do your chores, your dishes, your clothes, whatever have you. Or if you just want to relax for like 20 minutes, I got you. I got you. Anyway, so I'm gonna switch over to the speed paint. So I did slow it down a little bit because Clip Studio Paint likes to speed things up, and I think that's a little jarring. Because I, for one, actually like looking back at my process just to see what the heck I did. Because sometimes I forget what I did. But yeah, so let's take a look at this together, and I'll have some final awards closing at the very end. But I do hope you guys enjoy your time here, and if you don't, well, you know, we did it. We did the attempt. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some art. Hello again, y'all. This is Edited Diana. So we're gonna go over the process a little bit of what I do here. I usually do the sketch offline, and I send that sketch over to the commissioner. And if they like it, then I go ahead and start line ironing. So this is where you're gonna see the later half of the actual process, where I start to think about my edges and flat shapes and the flat coloring. I usually like to grain tone my things just because it gives me a little bit of a better starting point with the coloring process, especially for the flats, and picking out what my middle tones are going to be, because the flat coloring is what's going to be my base color for the rendering that I do later into the piece, and that's like a late stage process. So I do like to make sure that when I gray tone everything, so that way when it comes to doing the flat lines, I can do it by section, and that usually helps me out, just keep everything tidy in the program. One, so I don't draw everything on the same layer and then figure out what the heck happened if I find a mistake and I don't have to redo the entire thing. And then two, it's just kind of like the habit that I developed. So, and some of the sketch work and process work for the line work, my commissioner actually mentioned that I missed the ears when I did the line art, and she was 100% right on catching that, I guess, not mistake, but just little piece that I completely overlooked. So thank you again. This is why I send my commissioners a process picture once I get to each point of my process. So one, if they do see that I overlooked something, they can tell me and I'm not going to be mad about it. Or if they're okay with it, then I know that I'm delivering stuff at a good pace, so that way they don't have to like wonder where all of their money is going to, because they're in radio silence from me for a hot minute. Because I work full time now, it's been a little bit more difficult to find time to do art and like engage in hobbies, but I think I'm finally starting to see a little bit of a steady pattern of where my time has gone and how I can squeeze in things throughout the week. So that's always been kind of helpful to me. To give you a little bit of the lore from what I got from Lennox, this is her Twister Wonderland OC, and I have no idea what Twisted Wonderland is about. The only thing that I know is that it's made by Disney, it's their manga, and essentially it's like humanoid characters of their Disney franchise, but they have like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel And the most wild part about this is like the mangaka for Black Butler, she's the one doing all of these character designs, and you can actually play the game on your phone because it's a gacha. Now, I don't really know if this is like their attempt at going into the gacha boy band idol space, but from what Lennox was able to show me and also just give me references for it, I'm starting to see why people are into it. I don't know if I'm gonna get into it, but I have seen some of these characters on my timeline in various social platforms that I was like, oh, so that's where they're from, which is interesting. For this first commission, we are doing 2 chibis. It's the same character, but it's in different outfits. So on one outfit on the left is going to be the dorm uniform, and I'm just doing the same kind of sort of design that Lennox sent me for her references, because she put together all of the references and stuff, and she gave me like a really good rundown of like what I'm trying to draw. So again, shout out to Lennox for being such an awesome commissioner and client. It's so easy to work with. So I did the pose with the mannequin that comes with the Clip Studio Paint program. And honestly, like, it took me a little bit to find a good model and just like go over it and style it to the way that I want and how I usually draw. And truth be told, I don't do chibis that often because I just don't really like get to experience all of chibis, and I need to look into it. But honestly, for doing this as soon as I have done it since last time that I did a chibi, because I think the last time that I did a chibi was like 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a hot minute, but I really like the way that this came out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So like I said, on the left is gonna be the school dorm, on the right is their performance outfit, and from what I've seen of some of the videos that my commissioner sent me, they actually do perform, and each little, like, I guess house has their own style to their outfit. And also because they are a performer, or if they're a dorm leader, which I don't even know what that means because I've never been in a boarding school before, they have like extra stuff to them too, like I guess they note them that they're in a higher rank than the rest of the boarding students, I guess. I don't know. I've never been to a private school like that in ages, so I don't really know what's going on with the kids nowadays. But luckily, because it is an Alice in Wonderland kind of theme, I already knew what the color palette was going to be for the performance outfit, and that helped me so much just to get that color range in. When it came to rendering, I had spent so much more time on the rendering because I really needed to get all of that detail in, but also figure out a way to do it, because again, it's been a hot minute since I've rendered anything to the extent that I did here. I think the last time that I rendered something like to a point where I was really satisfied was right before I had the fallouts of the people that I was with, and I think that was like 2-3 years ago. So it's been since then that I've picked up a pencil, in this case the Apple Pencil, to like draw and do something without feeling some kind of ick. So again, I'm so proud of how this came out. The thing is, I was also kind of having like a mini like crash out in the middle of rendering, not because like things looked bad, it's just I couldn't wrap my head around the color theory of the colors, because on one outfit I was like really enjoying like the color and the satin and like the texture that was given to the clothes, and then I turned to the performance outfit and I'm like, why does this look weird? It wasn't like I wasn't doing anything wrong, I was doing the same kind of steps in my process, it's just my color theory was off. So I was struggling a little bit to, one, make sure that I did get the shadows, and because that dorm outfit is a lot darker, like it's a regular school uniform at that point, I had a lot of fun doing the shadows and like rendering it, because essentially you're just deepening the shadows in between the folds and stuff and just give that fabric the texture that you need. It doesn't require that much highlights. But also because I had the line art in a specific color, it was kind of like vibrating in my eye for a hot minute, And I was like, why does this look off? So I had to like go back in there into the layers, and that's why I separate my layers with the specific colors for each layer, for each body part, because I organize them as in like body parts or like what area I'm working in. So the clothes were a different area, but I separated the clothes into like the top half and bottom half of the clothing, so that way if I'm working on like the pants, that's gonna be the bottom area layer, and that way I can just like focus on that part. But point being, like, I really like the way that I rendered the school uniform, and you'll see later into the performance outfit that I was just like, what's happening? Why does this not look good? Because with the performance outfit, you have black and white elements, and you also have gold element or yellow to kind of like bring it all together. And then you have the slightest little bit of red because they're in the House of Hearts, I think is what she said. But I was like, okay, I really like the way the school uniform looks. It looks like luxurious, soft, really comfortable. And then I go over to the performance outfit, and like, I just had such a hard time figuring out how to shade white. And this is not like straight up white either, because technically the character does have white hair, but I leaned a little bit more silver just so I can give myself leeway to do the shadows and the highlights the way that it should, and that should like give me the range of colors that I'm looking for. But for whatever reason, because it is white, it's so much more harder to like shade it without it looking dirty and mudded. And I was like, what is going on? What is happening? So I had to like request the help of a few friends to just let me borrow their eyes, because I was just having such a hard time figuring out the shading portion for it. Mainly because, again, it's white. It doesn't... Shading white is completely different than shading a black piece, because the shadows are like very defined and saturated in that sense. With white, you can't do it without it getting like gray or like a really yucky color or whatever have you. So I was like struggling to figure out what's my color. And then at that point, I remember that in anime cell shading for whites, they do an off-white, but also like their shadows, I guess, it's either like a lilac or like a purple leaning color or a blue one, depending on the lighting situation. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's what I gotta do. So essentially, I try to like play around with some of it too, and just make sure that I'm doing stuff. If for the moment you feel like you haven't seen anything move in the last like 2 minutes, that's because I am actually working on the performance outfit, because I really like the way that the school outfit is at. And again, that same problem of like, how do I make this like feel like it's in shadow without making it rose? So there was a hot minute where I was just trying to figure what's gonna happen with the colors, because I do want it to be like nice and regal, and again luxurious, because this seems to me from the very few minutes of research that I did on Tuesday Wonderland that they're like a high-end production agency kind of. So I did want to proceed and give that illusion that it's high-end. Once I get the outfits where I need to, and there was a point in the commission too where I just got tired of looking at clothes and figuring out what's going on with the clothing and the rendering. I had to move on to a different piece, so I started working on the hair and the face and the facial features in general. So I started working on the hair, doing the gradients for the shadows and the highlights. And the great thing about being the same pose just on 2 different parts of the picture plane is that if I can double dip and like work on one side and then make sure that it's really, really polished and where I want it to be, I can just copy and paste and transform it to move it to the correct spot for the other dude. And that's usually what I did towards the end of it, because I felt really, really confident as to what I was doing. Like, it felt good. And it came to the point too where one day I came back from work and I was just like, let me work on the commission, because I came home a little early. I didn't go to the gym like I wanted to because I just felt like ass. I hadn't slept much the day before. And allergy season is upon me, so I was like, I just feel horrible, let me just do something comforting. in bed, just make sure that one, I'm alive, and two, I don't like bitch out anybody, because whenever I do get a little bit of sleep or not enough sleep, I get cranky. And I do have a pretty bad attitude in that point. I haven't yelled at somebody for talking to me. When I've been cranky, I usually have told people like, hey, I'm actually not in a good mood right now, or like, I didn't get such a good night's sleep. You're gonna have to be a little bit more patient with me today, because I'm gonna be sluggish and I'm not gonna be here 100%, which is what happened. So once I got home, I worked on it for like a good 3-hour block, and I was just in the zone, y'all, and I haven't felt being in the zone for so long that I was kind of shocked that I stayed up kind of late to do everything. But at this point, I had sent like some progress pictures to the commissioner. She's like, hey, could you make the backside of the hair a little bit pinkish, because they have a little bit of pinkish undertone in their hair. And I was like, I got you. So I added that in, and this is what it looks like. I definitely did work on this commission a little bit on stream. So if you have a Twitch account, you're more than welcome to go down to the description box and like look at my socials and give me a follow and see if you can tune in one of these days. I am trying to stream a little bit more often, and we did get Twitch affiliate status, so yay me. The hard work has been paying off. But yeah, sometimes on Sundays, or possibly Mondays. Today is a Monday where I'm recording and editing this. I do stream for a little bit. I stream some of the art process that I'm doing, or sometimes we play video games on stream. I have a set rotation right now of what games I'm playing, and I'm hoping I can get Symphonia done sometime within this first half of the year. We're just gonna do some end game stuff and side quests, and then go finish the final boss and see if we can get the Kratos route next time, because I do have to do a bit of juggling in New Game Plus to be able to get to where I wanted. But alas, I did work on it on Twitch stream. I usually don't save my bots for Twitch, at least for the art ones, because it's art. But this is what it ended up looking like. I did do some shadows and I give Ian a little bit of blushies, but I really like the way that this turned out. I hope that Lennox really enjoys it. I know she has told me that it looks great and it looks amazing, but it doesn't hurt to like try one more time. Okay, we're at the closing point, so let me just do one quick announcement too. Thank you again for my patrons. You guys have been a great support, and your financial support fuels me. So thank you so much. If you want to check out my Patreon, you can donate at least $1, and that's just for general support. You can also take a look at the tiers, and my patrons get access to the stuff that I do in terms of creative career, so streaming and doing art. First dibs. They get everything as it goes done and uploaded. With my free socials, they get stuff on a schedule, and then also they get it really delayed. So patrons are the ones who get to see everything as it happens. It does not have a schedule, so I just post whenever I get stuff done. But to Ulysses and Richard, who are my 2 paid patrons, thank you so much for supporting me in this career. I know things have been a little bit slow, but I'm hoping I can shape up and do everything. So anyway, this has been my rant. We're at the end of the video already. I made it to go really quick, because I don't want to end up most of your time. But yeah, if you think I earned the subscribe and the follow, by all means join us. If not, that's okay. Thank you again for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your week wherever you are. Bye.